Hello garden people, what is up? Today is the 29th of July and that means we only have 4 days until we want to be totally moved out of this house and moved into the new one, and that would be inclusive of this entire container garden. So today I have a lot to do in between helping load the truck to move large items back and forth from this house to the new house. So I'm just going to be out here periodically and taking you guys along with me to show you what I'm doing to get my garden ready to be transported, or as ready as I can get it. The first thing being, I want to take cuttings from my tomatoes up at the top where they look decent to root in water and make into new plants, because tomatoes will produce roots anywhere along their stem if you just stick them in water. You can just stick them in soil, but that tends to take longer for them to root, so I just do it in water. And then you can plant them and you have whole new tomato plants that will produce fruit whenever you stop taking the flowers off, because they will already be producing flowers. So right now, that's what we're about to do. Let's go get some tomatoes. I have brought these 3 cups with the names of the tomatoes that I would like to save. So this container on the end has Norwood Miners tomatoes in it, and that's one of the varieties I would like to save. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm probably going to go ahead and clip down this sunflower because it is in my way. I'm not even sure if you could see that or not, but I just clipped off the top of all these bushes. I know it's bright, I'm sorry. By bushes I meant tomato plants. Here's the tops of all the Norwood Miners, and I just set the cup next to them so I can clean these up once I get everything clipped down. So the next ones I want are the Napa Rosé, which are here. They are these little pink ones. So let's get some of those. So up here, this branch already fell over, so I'm just going to cut it where it was already falling and take this whole branch, and I can cut it into multiple cuttings to root out for the Napa Rosé. Oh goodness, that was really long. I don't know if you can even tell. Oh look, when I say tomato plants will get really tall, I mean it. That's definitely taller than me. So I'm just gonna take this top section though. Oh, that was a good sucker. I'll take that one too. So we've got Norwood Miners and Napa Rosé. Now we need Napa Chardonnay, which are on the inside here. It is these yellow ones. So this one is what I need. Okay. Much bigger than intended, again, but that's fine. There we are. That will be plenty from each one. I would not prefer to be out here at 2 in the afternoon when it's 94 degrees doing this, but I don't really get a choice when we are on a time schedule for moving. So I'm just going to chop up these tomato cuttings into smaller bits to fit into my cups. Out here, I'm going to do it out here so that I don't leave as much mess inside the house that I'll just then have to clean. seen a few, I think they're called like whiteflies, and a few aphids on these. So I'm probably not going to keep them in my house. I'll probably just go fill these cups in the sink and set them on my back porch. Oh, maybe not. I have some houseplants on my back porch. Get off of me, bub. Okay, got my 3 cups of tomato suckers. There's that sunflower I moved. Oh no, one's falling. I gotta stop recording and do what I'm doing. I'll see you later. Okay, that was quite a few tomato plants, all out of these containers, gone now. In fact, here is a giant pile of tomato plants on the ground. Thick. Now, I need to harvest a few things. Oh, some of my beans are broken. That's so sad. Darn. Okay. Well, I need to harvest these onions. This is my biggest onion. It's pretty good. I've probably bought an onion that size from the grocery store before. And then these onions here. One more. Those are some decent onions. These ones, I guess, bounce back better than the others. So I'm gonna clean these while I'm out here. Oh, I pulled up a bean plant on accident. Typically, you would wait until these are dried to trim them like this, but I'm going to use them quick enough that I'm not worried about it, and I'm trying to minimize the amount of mess that comes into my house while I'm trying to move. So this is how we're doing it. My neighbor told me she's making jambalaya for dinner, so I'm actually going to save these onion greens and give them to her. But I will separate them from the dead ones and the dirty ones. Okay. So we have a few tomatoes, 3 tomatoes, and 3, 4, 5 onions. And some onion greens for a friend. So far, now it's time to harvest cucumbers. This is that big Richmond green apple cucumber that I should have harvested in my garden tour video, but I didn't, so it's extra large now. I got all the cucumbers off of it that I want, and it's time to chop them down. So sad. There's all the cucumbers gone. And I'm gonna go ahead and take these kale plants out too. Even though I usually try to keep them at the end of the summer and get a head start on fall kale, kale grows fast enough that I can just restart some from seed. I mean, if they grow back from these little stalks, I'll let them. Baby cucumber. This basil's trying to flower on me. No, thank you, sir. Okay, that's a really old kale, so I could just take that out. Alright, next I have some squash I need to harvest. Okay, well, this amaranth and this zinnia is in my way, and I'm going to have to cut them down eventually anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Goodbye, amaranth that I didn't think I would love, and I did love. Might use that in a vase or something. And these zinnias I'm going to cut down. I let this squash get way too big. Oh goodness. That's heavy. Oh, there's another squash down in there. Whew. Ew, squash bugs. There's another squash though. Put that in here. How big this one is in comparison to these two. That one's huge. I can't even pick it up with one hand. Had to assist my other hand. Look how fat the bottom of that is. Okay, let's go cut some more zinnias. Okay, it's hard to chop these and get it in video, so I'm just gonna cut some down and be back with you guys. Okay, I just ran inside the house to get a tape measure because I refuse to chop down that giant sunflower without measuring it. Obviously, I could like chop it down and measure it when it's down, but it's not as fun. I want to know how tall it is while I'm looking at it standing, so I want to see how tall that is. Okay, there's obviously no way that that was perfectly accurate, but this says it is almost 9 feet tall from inside the bed. So now I'm going to chop it down as low as I can and see how accurate that was. But come on, 9-foot sunflower and 2 feet on top of it. That means, like, actually how tall it is compared to me is like 11 feet because I measured from inside the container. I'm going to try and not break my peppers while getting this out. I don't even know if my pruners barely fit around the base of this thing. Oh my goodness. That's really difficult. Okay. Almost through it. Oh. Oh God. Yeah, that's heavy. So this is what I cut off, and on the ground it measures at 106 inches, and a good bit of the base is still here, at least 4 or 5 inches. So we'll say 111 inches, and also there's ants all inside of the base of that. So it was old. Got the garden home. What'd you say all we have left of those 4 containers and those 2 T-posts? Yes. Leaving the greenhouse and everything in it and the little table? Yeah. And the jungle's getting mowed too. It looks weird. I don't like. Hey guys, what's up? So sorry about the lawnmower noise, but I just wanted to check in and show you guys the yard because we are officially moved out of the old house. My garden is gone, my greenhouse is no longer mine, and the house is empty, so I just wanted to show you the yard a little bit. The back porch that I fell through recently and has a big old hole in it. Leaving my dog's line because he's not going to have a line anymore, and this can be for whoever else needs it, I guess. Just a TP of sticks behind the greenhouse. The greenhouse itself, I'm leaving the shelves, but it's empty of all plants. My little toadstool table is already falling apart, and I knew it would, so I figured we wouldn't be bringing that. These sunflowers are my only plants left. Aww. Those are tiny little honeybees. Oh my goodness. Those are itty bitty little bees. Well, that's adorable. Oh my gosh. Done. No containers left in the garden. Just the trellis. I'm leaving this one container because the bottom has fallen out of it. All done. Hey guys, what's up? Editing Alex here, and I didn't finish the video, so that's what I'm here to do. It is officially, I think, a week, between 7 and 10 days of us actually sleeping at the new house. All the animals have been there, all the plants have been there. Everything is still a mess and in boxes and on the floor because we've removed a lot of the cabinetry and shelving and things like that because the house was disgusting and we had to fix that. So it was a sad day that I had to cut down almost everything in the garden. The cucumbers, tomatoes, kale, all the onions got pulled up. Quite a few of my zinnias got chopped down, and then the zinnias that were in with the peppers I left because peppers take a lot longer to grow and I didn't want to murder them. So with the load of containers that had peppers in it, we just drove a little slower as to not break them in the wind. So my entire garden is officially at the new house, and it is a bit of a struggle right now. I forgot how difficult it was to use watering cans and tote them back and forth to water the garden. I'm not a fan of that. I will definitely have to get a hose situation fixed soon. But we did move at a perfect time that kind of blocked me from starting my fall garden yet, so my next video will probably be starting seeds for the fall garden and setting up the actual physical container garden itself, because right now it's just in the yard, right where we left it after we took it off the back of the trucks, because I have not had time. We finished getting everything moved, and then the next day I had to go back to work for my work week. So at home, within the next few days, I plan to get the garden set up kind of where I plan to have it temporarily, and we will definitely get some seeds started. I need to clean all of my indoor plants, give them like a bath and a refresh, repot some of them, so there will be a lot of garden content coming up soon. I really should have started the fall garden like last month, honestly, but I've just been so busy. So I do have some fun in the garden scheduled ahead of us, and I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.